All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is now 1 p.m., so I'd like to welcome you all to the second of PSG's COVID-19 conference trailer called COVID-19 from a Toxicologist Perspective. This workshop is a trailer leading into our exciting COVID-19 conference called React, Recover, and Rebound, happening on January 20th and 21st of the year 2021. Thank you so much for choosing PSG as your professional development resource. My name is Shirley, and my colleague Lynn here today will be your host on this platform. Before we get started, I will quickly go through some housekeeping items. First thing, presentation slides. These will be shared with all those registered for today's session at the end of today's workshop, so please look out for that. This is a 1-hour workshop that will run until 2 p.m. today. There will be time for questions at the end of today's presentation. So if you have any questions at any time, we just ask that you please kindly jot them down and click on the raised hand button found at the bottom of the participants menu. So on your right-hand side, you should see a participants menu. If you click on that and scroll all the way down, you will find the hand button. And if you hover over it, that should say the raise hand button. So just click on that, and that will place you in queue for the Q&A. We will unmute you when it's time to take questions. Now, if you do not have a working mic, you can also send us your questions at any time through the Q&A chat. You can find the Q&A at the bottom right-hand corner, where you'll see the participants button and a chat button and a Q&A button. You may need to click on the 3 dots in order to access the Q&A option there. Okay, and just a reminder, if you do submit it this way through the Q&A, please reply to all panelists in order for the team to address your questions. And lastly, if you require technical support at any time, please email info@psg.ca and our team will be able to assist. I would now like to welcome and introduce our course instructor, Dr. Wendy Haynes. Dr. Haynes is the Associate Director of Technical and Scientific Services at PharmEdge Technology and has over 20 years of toxicology experience in both the research and biopharmaceutical arenas, encompassing process design, analysis, validation, project and protocol management, and scientific writing. She has a Bachelor of Science degrees in Pharmaceutical Sciences and Biology from Campbell University, a PhD in Toxicology from the University of North Carolina, and is a board-certified toxicologist and a certified quality auditor. Dr. Haynes has impacted human health laws at Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, starting in 1997, worked on the Genome Project between EPA and the National Institute of Health, and later conducted her PhD at EPA performing directed research for the Office of Pesticides. Dr. Haynes was a study director and acted on a single point of contact for all aspects of a study, oversaw both in vivo and in vitro experimental studies for both commercial clients and the National Toxicology Program. She moved from a contract laboratory setting to a consultant company providing toxicology, project management, and validation services to pharmaceutical and biotech manufacturers. She has conducted close to 250 product toxicology safety assessments for contract manufacturers and provides guidance on extractable and leachable projects, product testing, and worker safety programs. So without further ado, Dr. Haynes, thank you so much for being here, and I will hand it over to you.
Thank you, Shirley, for the introduction. Hopefully everybody can see my slides and that they're advancing, so that's great. The agenda for today, which was published in advance, what I'm going to talk about is the background of coronaviruses in general, the normal human coronaviruses that we're exposed to, and the 3 novel coronaviruses, COVID-19 being the last novel coronavirus that we've encountered. We'll go into quality, efficacy, safety of how a product gets to market, and looking at preclinical and clinical trials, the amazing ability that our industry has had to redirect resources so that we can meet not only current patient needs with current products on the market, but also help that race to get a vaccine and therapies during a global pandemic. I'll talk a little bit more about the supply chain hurdles that the world has encountered, some resources that you can use for references now and in the future, and also key takeaways or conclusions. So let's get right into the talk for today about coronaviruses. So coronaviruses are not something new. We have 4 different human types of coronaviruses that could be circulating at any time in the world, and coronaviruses can infect both people and animals. And the 4 I have listed here are the 4 strains that are currently circulating globally. Now, if you are a healthy individual and you're not immunocompromised, you may be exposed to one of these 4 strains of coronaviruses and be asymptomatic. Again, a term that's heard a lot during our global pandemic.